diversification of inputs available through subsidy programs to support smallholder, particularly the rural women farmers.
We're calling for the transformation of FISP to really get it away from a monoculture input subsidy program to be expanded to provide real equitable support to farmers for holistic agroecological farming systems.
We need to create a pool of evidence that agroecology is a practical, implementable, better alternative to FISP.
In my view, there are a number of different principles around what we call agroecology or ecological ways of farming that use knowledge about how nature works, that working with nature instead of against nature, that we need to promote. And this is finding ways to improve the soil organic matter in the soil. It is soil and water conservation to make sure that any rain that falls on the ground permeates into the ground and doesn't cause erosion. It is using more diverse crops and intercropping and rotation. And it's using improved local seed that is more adaptable to local climate. And I think the combination of those four things really is the direction that we need to go.
With agroecology, if farmers really know how to take care of their land, then they will grow their soil. The soil will be more fertile over time, and farmers get to use seeds that they've saved themselves, and then they get to recycle that same seed, and they become more diverse. They get to grow a lot of variety.
With the agroecology practice, one, your farmer will not need to buy fertilizer. Money saved.
Yes.
Your farmer may not need labor to work on the farm. Money saved. Your farmer may not need to cut trees. Money saved. Apart from that, the soil is being fertilized naturally. The only fertilizer you may need, if any at all, be organic. And what is organic? Everything that rots in the land is organic. It's organic fertilizer. Anything that rots. And then you have these cover crops. Even the trees in the farm are cover. You know, just as he explained. So for smallholder farmers, it's economical. Two, you can grow smallholder farmers, I don't know about here, but we are multi-crops.
Yeah.
You grow cowpea, beans, you grow maize, you grow sorghum. All that can be done on the agroecological farm. It's just up to you to washing the land.
In Ghana and Burkina Faso and West Africa generally, farmers were able to produce foods in a sustainable way. And how did they maintain their soil fertility? Well, they fallowed. Fallowed is a way that you just, once the land becomes tired in the local language, then they would let it go to, just leave it and go to the next patch of ground and farm there. And then the trees would come back, the shrubs would come back, and it would gradually increase the organic matter in the soil, become fertile again after 10 years. So this is how they did it for centuries. And that worked. Now it is no longer working. Why?
There's no land.
There's no land.
Too many people.
Too many people.
Going to get land.
And they use monocropping now. Before they used to sow plenty, many reasons, but the main problem is lack of land. But we can use an adapted way of still managing trees and crops, calling it something like a simultaneous fallow, which is called farmer-managed natural regeneration. And what we are proposing is that they leave the trees and the bushes in the fields. And there are all these stumps. So if you don't do anything, what happens to these stumps? They grow shoots, right? And people will say, how? That's too many trees. We can't plant maize in a forest. That's what they would say. But it's managing the trees in a different way. Over time, nature, through the trees and the shrubs and the natural vegetation, covers the soil with a mulch. And the trees that grow back, before they're all cut, now they grow back because no one is cutting them. The roots are still there. The trees have roots that go down, 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 down. And when they bring up the nutrients from the deep soil, it falls in terms of the leaves. And the leaves also create a mulch. And when it rains, then the rain stays on the land. And that in that process, over years, will bring back the organic matter to the soil. And that will be a way that you get the benefits of the old system, shifting agriculture. At the same time, you can now plant on that land.
I'm asking our fellow farmers to rethink and go the agroecological way, the natural way of conserving the fertility of our soil.
So I'm going to take the case of Ghana. We have agreed and we have made a declaration that we're going to form a network, an agroecology network. And one of the first things that we're going to do as a network is to reform the FISP, to convince government to give more support away from chemical fertilizer and in support of agroecology. In addition to mapping who's doing what, we also found out what each organization was doing, and we looked at not just local seeds, not just one innovation or compost. We started learning the wider principles of agroecology. We want to, with our movement or with our network, to set up these hubs. Our network will organize the training of farmers in each of those hubs to learn and apply. Once that is a certain stage, then we'll mass everybody together in the capital.
It's going to be a very formidable movement from all regions, all districts, all the hubs, everybody to push forward.